Welcome, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Maha, and I am the APF Executive Administrator and your host for today. After months of hard work, we are finally excited to introduce to you APF One, a mentorship and networking platform designed to help young professionals and seasoned experts connect with one another and grow together. Our very own Leadership Council, with support of APF staff, worked endlessly to revamp the platform and personalize it to the needs of growing professionals, all whilst making up the sign-up process much more easier and seamless. APF One features a comprehensive database of mentors and mentees with profiles that can be very easily searched based on a variety of different filters that includes industry, employer, location, and many more. This platform is all about creating meaningful connections, whether you're looking for short-term guidance or a longer-term mentor-mentee relationship. But that's not all. APF One goes beyond just matching mentors and mentees. We also host a variety of different activities, including mock interviews, community threads, job boards, and resources and programs, all focused on professional development, skills training, and building valuable industry connections. So today we have with us our Leadership Council Career Development Committee members, which include Fazan Furrow, Aneem Khizr, and Zishan Malik, who will all share the challenges and successes in the journey and will also walk you through a live demo of the platform. The Leadership Council team is also joined by Henry Alfin, our Director of Operations. Now, thank you so much for being here today. And without further ado, I'd like to hand it over to Fazan, who will share his journey and vision behind APF One's new platform and what were the challenges and successes with it. Over to you, Fazan.
Thanks, Maha, for setting this up and opening up this call. I think I want to share a story that I think I haven't mentioned this before, and forgive me for being candid. But I just want everyone to go back to February of this year, and then even beyond when I became an APF member. And first question I asked was, what's the mentorship program look like? How do I connect with like-minded individuals, people even older than me who are much more seasoned and experienced, so I can, pick their brains and hopefully they can get me a job, if I'm being completely honest. But what ended up happening was I came across this platform called APF Connect, which was, I'll say, good, right? And I wasn't part of the career team. I wasn't part of the LC at the time, but I knew there was room for improvement. So the Leadership Council met in February in New York. I remember that day. And we met with our board as well. And one of the foundational objectives of that meeting was, how can we establish a mentorship initiative that people will actually use and are able to connect with people in a seamless manner? APF Connect did that to a certain extent, but it didn't meet all the marks. So the objective was very clear. So what we ended up doing is we said, let's look at it from a blank canvas and see if someone's already within APF or someone is new to APF, what's going to be the vehicle or mechanism that they're going to be able to connect with others and people who are much more experienced. We came up with manual entries, we came up with all sorts of ideas, but what we realized is the company that created APF Connect actually are experts in this space. So we, in partnership with Henry, who's been tremendous throughout this process, reached out to them and said, we understand we have our current platform. Help us improve it so our users, our community, and when we grow our network, the new users and the new members can actually find this to be a value. And what ended up happening over the last, I want to call it 6 or so months, is we communicate this and we said, we're going to take APF Connect and completely revamp it, rebrand it, and turn it into this new, beautiful, shiny toy. And you probably read it in this meeting invite, but what we ended up calling this evolution of APF Connect is called APF One. Now, there's a few strategic imperatives that really went into APF One. The the name One really comes into idea because we think this platform, this website, this app, however you want to access this, should be your one-stop shop in order to get what you need, whether it's connecting with whoever you want to connect with, whether it's looking out for jobs, whether it's having a discussion, or you may even be curious about events that are happening in your region, but maybe even nationally over a virtual broadcast. APF One is that solution. So what transpired over the past few months, which I think what I'm more proud about is we were able to come up with a evolved platform. What I'm more proud of is we had weekly meetings, bi-weekly meetings, different subgroups, committees to work on this project. And the passion, the consistency with the people on this call. I mean, Zishan, Maha, Rai, Ahmad, who's our LC chair, helping lead this. Like there's Ali, like yeah, the list is endless, and they're still engaged to this day. So what we saw is a group of American Pakistanis meeting on a weekly basis, and we improved an entire platform. We revamped the sign up form, where instead of it taking 10 minutes to sign up a new member, it's instantaneous now. Where before, when you logged on to APF Connect, it was very hard to navigate. You had to click on several tabs to actually get to where you wanted to. As Zishan will show you, it's incredibly seamless and easy to navigate. I'm going to pass it over to the rest of the team and we'll go through the live demo, but I want to just make things pretty clear. This is only the first phase of what's happened, right? The first phase is create something that is usable, and that's going to get people excited. What we really need moving forward from this day forward is whether it's marketing, communicating to new PSAs, new members about APF One. We need people updating their events, communicating, being active on APF One. Any events that are happening, it should be populated onto this platform. But at the end of this call, and I would hope by the end of the year, I would encourage, we can't force anyone here, but I would encourage everyone to sign up, download it on your phone, bookmark it onto your desktop, PC, whatever, MacBook, and use it every day. So, but in order to get to that, there's a lot of work needed from all of us. So, if there's no questions, we can pass it over to the live demo, but if not, happy to answer.
Thanks so much, Fazan, and we'll probably take questions at the end. I'm sure there might be some after we walk through the live demo. So over to you, Zishan, for the live demo that we're all been waiting for.
Thanks so much, Maha and Fazan. Let me know when you guys can see my screen.
I see it.
Perfect. So essentially, this is what, once you've actually logged in and created your account, your APF One homepage will look like. And we'll start off kind of with one of the first steps, and that's going to be your own profile. So once you get to your own profile, similarly to LinkedIn, you'll be able to add your photo. You can even do a video introduction. And as Fazan mentioned, that seamless integration, you can actually pull in all of your information directly from LinkedIn via this tab. You can also go through manually and add whatever sections you'd like to add, and we'll go through those individually. One of the first things you'll be able to do is actually select what topics you can help others in and what you're knowledgeable in. Of course, followed by your own background and your education experience. Then we come down to here in terms of what position maybe you're currently in, whether you're in the professional field or you're a student. Then we go down to expertise and be able to share the different job functions that you have expertise in. For example, most of my expertise are in business development, marketing, consulting, education, and you can edit those throughout. You can also select different industries. These might be industries if you're a student that you're interested in going to, and that way we're able to collect that information and match you with the mentor. Another really important piece of this is going to be a career story or your career history, specifically for those individuals who will act as mentors. So as you go through and you add your professional experience from your current roles to your past roles, we're able to take that data, and this will allow us to match with those prospective mentees who are going to be interested in those similar fields. This goes one step further, of course, outside of that professional realm as we dive deeper into APF One, and that's adding your hobbies, whether it's going to be traveling and meeting new people, from watching sitcoms over to your personal identity. For instance, me being a first-generation college student. You can also showcase your education, your location, as well as your passions. This is what it's going to look like from your end, but let's go ahead and see how we can meet other people and check out some other people's profiles as well. So you go to this Connect tab, and to find other profiles or other members within our community, you'll go to the Community tab, and you'll be able to see all the different members on APF One. One thing to note is that APF One divides each profile automatically into different subcategories. So right at the top, you'll have those who have been recently online, categorized into those who have experience in government and public services, and suggestions on possible resources to uncover opportunities, folks who've worked in government. You can also save people's profiles by creating a bookmark, search them via location, their background and their majors, their industries, and even more filters in terms of when did they graduate, what companies maybe they work for, what schools they've gone to. Once you find someone maybe you're looking to connect with or a potential mentor, you're able to go on to their profile and see what their background and their experience in. So for example, if I'm interested in speaking with Henry as a potential mentor, you're able to see that he's usually pretty active. We actually have a couple things in common that will showcase right there. He's able to help me with my resume, CV reviews, networking advice, and his background, of course, is also in strategy based in the DC area. And we'll come back to these two here in a second. You're also able to see Henry's kind of tagline, his about me, showcasing his experience, his expertise in industries he's worked in. And one really cool feature is that once you're ready to interact with those individuals, mentors can actually integrate their calendars directly into APF One, and you can book a call with them. So if I'm interested in meeting with Henry, the platform will actually generate an automatic script. So feel free to play around with it. So you could write something along the lines of, hey, Henry, I'm looking to connect with you about XYZ per your availability. Thanks in advance. And you'll go ahead and send that once you've edited it and created your message. You can also message individuals directly. So for instance, if I'm wanting to interact with Henry, I can be like, hi, Henry, my name is Zishan. I'd love to connect. You can also request a meeting directly from there, send that now, and you can send the message without requesting that meeting. You'll also be able to find those messages that you sent to individuals here in the inbox. So be able to see when they've read it. You can share different files with that individual. You can create notes, and you can also schedule a meeting and call them directly from the APF platform. Other individuals' profiles that you can also see, different members. So here we have Elisha Siddiqui. You can see she is in the health space. She's doing a master's of science. These are her expertise. These are other jobs available within her network or folks she's connected to, and also kind of go through her career story. Another really cool feature of the APF One platform are the different events that the community will be hosting. So as we continue to grow and we get feedback from the community, we're able to show more events. Here we have the APF mentoring platform today. We also have a couple different career fairs we posted, for an example, that are up and coming at Drexel University, both in person as well as virtual fairs. So you can actually click on one of those events that you're looking to attend and register. So here we can already see that Henry's registered for this event. You can check in. You can also create your own event. And here you guys can see we actually got a message from Henry that we can go through and check that out as well. We're also going to be having different posts in our discussion board. So here you're able to get different reminders for the different events, as well as being able to discuss important topics. Maha, let me turn it over to you to showcase the jobs tab, if you don't mind.
Sure, thank you so much. I'm going to start sharing my screen now. So my personal favorite feature of our new platform is the Jobs tab, which is inspired by LinkedIn, but it's actually much better because there's so many more features. So as you can see, this isn't going to take long because of how simple the process is. You have a job board here where you can search for all different kinds of jobs using the search bar. And there's different filters such as company, location, industry, and others you can actually personalize as well. And the best thing I like about this feature is, for example, if there's a job such as research analyst, it's actually going to show you someone in the community, such as Rai over here, who has worked in a similar role and can help you out with this application or job itself or position. Similarly, with any other jobs that you're interested in, it's always going to tell you someone who's worked in that industry. So, for example, staff research assistant is Zishan Malik, who just went through the live demo, can help me out with this position. So these are all the different jobs in your job board. It also shows you the ones you've applied to so far and your own job posts, in case you want to post something for your own company. And over here, we have another feature, which is powering your job search with connections. So basically, most of the jobs come with suggested connections, which takes the job search to the next level. You can reach out to a connection associated with the job to get valuable insights while building your own network, which is exactly what I explained over here. So every single job that you look into, whether it's through your general job board or by searching the title or company, it's going to tell you someone you can actually reach out to in that company, or someone who has worked in that position who can help you out with the entire process. So this is pretty simple and seamless, and I'm going to hand it over back to Sean to go over the resources or anything else that's left.
Thank you, Maha, for sharing that. And let me pull this up here 1 second. All right, can you see my screen?
Not yet. Okay, there we go.
Perfect. A couple different things we're going to actually continue to build out as we grow the platform is going to be our resources tab. So within our resources tab, we have a couple different options, and we'll start off with getting started. So these tabs will have different snippets of how to find mentors, how to connect with mentors, and different pieces of advice for people in different stages of their APF journey on how to connect with mentors. We'll also include articles and videos on how do you reach out, what can you say, how you can connect with different mentors and mentees. And we'll also have advice for specifically for mentees as well as mentors on how they both can work to connect with each other. And as we continue to do these type of webinars, we'll be able to include them in our library. That's it for me, Maha. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much for that demo, Zishan. And this wraps it up for our demo and also for going through the vision and journey behind APF. I also want to give the platform now to Dr. Nasser Qureshi, the chairman of the board of directors at APF, who just joined us a while ago, for any closing remarks. Over to you, Dr. Qureshi.
Thank you, Maha. So I have to repeat that. I've said this before. This is, I think, a dream of mine for APF coming true. This is version 3, which is great. And I really want to thank Faizan for first bringing it to, we knew it, but he sort of hit the nail, on the head, saying, your mentorship program doesn't work. And thus took the responsibility for it. And the entire team which has worked around it, and Maha, and then especially Henry, who I think sort of took whatever was being decided to execution. So I am, to say the least, grateful to all of you for your effort, for your time, and everything with time needs change and improvement. That being so, I'm sure we'll keep improving on it, but hopefully we'll have enough users soon. We can get their experiences, a feedback, and fine tune it. But for the moment, I think we could not have done better. So congratulations to everyone, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Qureshi, for your
Thank you.
remarks. And I just want to hear from Anib, who is newer to this platform, if he has any remarks or thoughts for us.
Yes, thank you, Maha. Like everybody else, I've been listening and waiting, and I really appreciate the effort that you guys have put in, and to the people, to the attendees who aren't in the group chats, the APF One group chat at least, for a little behind the scenes action. These everybody here has been very active in the group chat. They're so passionate about this project, and they love to see it come to life. And this is simply just the beginning, and it's just gonna grow from here. Thank you, Mom.
Thanks so much, Anib. And now we're going to open it up to questions. Please feel free to send yours in the chat. So we have a few here in the inbox. Excellent demo and walkthrough of the platform. Thank you, APF One team, for all your efforts. Thank you so much for your comment, Mevish, and we hope that this webinar is going to encourage everyone to sign up and make use of all the features that the new revamped version has, because we have worked on this endlessly for sure. So thank you. The second question is, will all the profiles from the previous platforms be converted to APF One? Faizan, do you want to take that one?
So no. So we ended up having is in the previous platform, there was quite a bit of inactivity, and we viewed this platform as almost a blank slate, where it's completely fresh. The sign-up process is, I'll put it this way: to transfer and migrate old profiles into this versus just signing up fresh would probably be easier to sign up fresh than to actually do the migration and worry about if things got transferred over properly. So it's much cleaner.
Yeah, I completely resonate with Faizan's thoughts, because a long portion of our planning went into how to make it more easier and seamless for the end user, for both mentors and mentees to sign up and ask them less questions, but make it more easier to have information out there for connecting both mentors and mentees. So I completely agree with Faizan that the process of sign up is something that we all worked on a lot, and it's really not going to take more than, I would say, a minute or two. So that's one of the reasons we didn't migrate from the previous platform. It's just easier to sign up now.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions anyone has about the platform or otherwise?
Yeah, one thing I'll add, if people, while they think of their questions, is I almost look at the previous several months as the back end development, everyone working together. But this really marks another checkpoint. I would even say that's more important, because I've mentioned this before, but you can have a nice car, but if that car is in the garage and not being driven, there's no fun in it. There's no, it's not, you're not getting from point A to point B. Where it's the same thing with this. You have this nice platform. You can change the tires. You can, paint the car. we can do all those things, but what we really need to do is drive the car. And what I mean by that is people sign up, use it, engage with it, create events, have a discussion. And I can already tell from the people who are on this call and who's going to be watching this webinar, you guys are, well, at least we're hoping to be the, what I want to call super users. So October 7th of 2025, when we look back, you guys can be the ones who are plastered all over APF One and really creating an environment for, you know, potential new members who may not even know this exists yet. So highly encourage it, and really depending on this community.
Thanks so much, Faizan. I'm just gonna look at the chat. So we have a question. Thank you for this session. Considering the current job market, what does this platform have to offer as compared to other platforms or job boards such as LinkedIn and Indeed, etc.?
Yeah. So I'll give you a very tangible example. Was if someone was interested in a teaching role, right? Well, I think we saw a staff assistant at University of Oklahoma. On LinkedIn, I think it'd be much harder to find I want to call it a vetted, verified community member to connect with, right? You can reach out to several people who work or have been to University of Oklahoma, but through engagements, through this very intimate network, we saw from the demo that Zishan shared with us, he has an affiliation with that institution, which makes it very, very practical. And it's, instead of you reaching out to several other people, you can reach out to Zishan and at least initiate that conversation. So the whole point of it is leverage the community to get to where you want to be.
Thank you so much for that, Faizan. And I think the whole vision behind, as Faizan and everyone, and even Dr. Nasser mentioned, is the emphasis on using our community, building off the connections we have with one another, establishing that mentor-mentee relationship, and leveraging that to further empower the Pakistani American diaspora. So yeah, there are going to be so many different job boards out there. There's LinkedIn, there's Indeed, as you mentioned, there's a lot of different things, but there's only APF One that's specifically designed for the Pakistani American diaspora. So I think that in itself is a big, it's something that would attract all of the people in the community, including myself.
Yeah, I would also just add one last thing is I wouldn't just rely on the jobs posting on the platform, but if you have a certain career path in mind, or a vision, or a place you want to work, or a location you want to work, as Zishan had showed, you can filter however you want. So maybe I'm just making this up. Maybe you want to break into the biotech field and you want to be in Boston area. You may not know what company or how to get there, but through filtering, biotech, Boston, someone like myself might come up and you can connect with me. And if I don't have the answers, I can maybe put you in touch with someone who could. So it's, I would say the heart and soul of APF One is the community and being able to connect much, much easier and much more efficiently.
Thank you for that, Faizan. Are there any other questions from the audience or anything else someone wants to share amongst the panelists?
Henry, anything to add? I know you've been people who are going to be watching this, but the amount of work Henry's put in to, the calls with People Grove, and it's just been incredible. So feel free to share any thoughts.
Thank you so much, Faizan. I mean, for me, this is honestly so amazing to see everyone here walking us sort of through this whole thing. So for me to sit on back and just actually watch it, for me, this means that everything that we're doing is working because you own it. Thank you for that. This is absolutely what it's all about. The only thing that I would add from this end when we're asking, okay, what is so sort of different about this, is that we actually made it. We are sharing it here with one another. And so if we don't actually show up, you don't really have a platform. So that's what we saw for the first time. What I would also say is this actually links into all of the other things that we're doing with APF. So you'll see more things happening. We've talked, say, like these sort of resume reviews or these sort of mock interviews. That is something which will actually start here, but sort of we'll have it offline. This will actually link into all the things here that we're doing. So you'll want to come here, you'll want to meet people, you want to actually look for jobs here because you'll see your friends here. That's hard to find. So this is really nice. That's all that I can really say. You really nailed everything else.
Thank you so much for attending, everyone, and for all the panelists for walking us through through APF One and also the vision behind it. We know how much hard work and commitment goes into building a platform like this. So your time, your efforts, and your hard work are not unrecognized, and APF would never be what it is right now without the Leadership Council. So thank you all for your efforts, especially the career development team who has worked so thoroughly on this, and also Henry for your support and Dr. Q for your vision. And the one thing I would really like to emphasize is exactly what Faizan said. It's simple. It will not work until you sign up and use the platform. That's as simple as it is. So I've put the link in the chat for everyone to sign up ASAP. And I would really encourage everyone to use the platform and make the most out of its features. This was designed specifically keeping you guys in mind and your needs. And it's an amazing way to connect with everyone in the diaspora and build on your own professional profiles. So thank you so much for joining, and I encourage everyone who's attending this webinar and also who will watch it later on to sign up and use the platform. But otherwise, thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.